Hey everybody, welcome back. Monday morning, Isaac. I gotta tell you, I woke up this morning comfortable. This is the hottest day of the heat wave here in Vancouver. It's 8:56 a.m., so it's pretty early. I thought I don't need a fan, and then as soon as I said welcome to Isaac, I started sweating. Weird. Maybe that says something about how much the heat has cranked up in the game recently with all these incredible victories. Do you ever think about that? We have a lot more Tainted Lost. We did just do something as Tainted Eve, but we're getting we're mighty close. We're mighty close to getting mighty close. Don't even get me started on Tainted Jacob. Tainted Maggie, True Ending, or Delirium. Both of which I might add. Well, I'm a little embarrassed. Let me out, please. I'm a little embarrassed by the fact that I've done a couple Tainted Maggie runs recently that did not work out. But I think what I really need to remember is that Tainted Maggie really good on rooms. Not so good on those long-term bosses. If your boss has a health bar that's longer than a foot-long sub from Subway, which is to say it's at least 10.6 inches long, there's just a little... Look, I have been the Subway defender. Many people have described, when I talk about sandwiches, the Subway defender has logged on. Did I engage in a years-long boycott of the Doctors Associates owned sandwich chain because they tried to sue the Canadian taxpayer? That's a little bit of a disingenuous way of saying it. They did try to sue the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, which is taxpayer funded, but yeah, okay, more or less that kind of happened. But that's what you get when they do a lab test that says your chicken is mostly not chicken. And then you try to silence them, you know, in my opinion, due to strong arming them with the power of corporate lawyers. So, but I've been back since, and I do on occasion still go to a Subway. But the recent news that the tuna had contained no identifiable tuna DNA, that was a new one. That was a little surprising, I think it's fair to say. Wow, there's a first time for everything. Sticky Bombs has now done something for the first time in human history. We never thought this day would ever come. So we can either do Delirium or True Ending. Both of which we know the path. Both difficult. I feel like True Ending might be a little bit easier, because if we make it to the... what am I looking for here? If you make it to the Horseman summons enemies. Enemies will give you HP. You can use the HP to refill your health, obviously, and then you're off to the races. Anytime, by the way, that we end up getting in a discussion about Subway, I end up needing to not just defend the corporation. The corporation defender has logged on, but also defend myself and my city, okay? To the best of my knowledge, in Vancouver, there is no such thing as Jimmy John's, Potbelly, Jersey Mike's, Tim's Footlong Italians, Giro's Heroes, Heroes as well, another popular one, Halal Guys, Fall Guys, Falafel Guys, none of these exist here. There is a sandwich chain called Subway, which has, I don't know, probably like 80 locations in the city. Wouldn't surprise me if it's around there. So it feels like there's one every 2 blocks. There is a local sandwich chain that probably has like 5 locations, maybe less, called Meat and Bread. Meat and Bread is delicious, and if they were both in the same proximity to me, or if they were both in the same proximity to an errand that I ran, I would choose it every time. But as is right now, when you love sandwiches as much as I do, and I really do, angel deals are just more interesting, man. We gotta stick with the angel meta. And there's only one sandwich chain. Sometimes you find yourself eating at Subway. occasionally, and it happens, you know, when I have more time, sometimes I'll go to like a local cafe or something like that. I'll say, hey, give me the Italian sandwich. And then I sit there in the cafe while they make it, and you know, it's real food, unlike what you would buy at Subway sometimes, so it takes too long. I don't mind on a Saturday. I'll sit in an air-conditioned building on a Saturday waiting for, you know, the food item of my choice for an indeterminate length of time. Wouldn't bother me. But on a weekday, if you're doing something like that, it's got to be, you know, we got to be reasonable. This just in, by the way, real food takes longer to make than... I mean, I guess I'm not suggesting a sandwich from Subway is not matter, but, you know, that's scientifically demonstrably false. If anything, it's probably too much matter. That's how you get into trouble sometimes. This run, by the way, totally fine thus far. We're only 2 items in, which is a little bit underwhelming. But, well, no, that's not true, because we start with Yum Heart, so there's a 3rd item. And we also have the pony, so that's a 3rd item. But we certainly will be expecting maybe like a bookworm to come to pass or something like that. And, you know, deals with the angel in the future. I'm optimistic. It's been going pretty well so far. I do have to regale you, and I know you're like, please don't, but it must be done, because apart from this, you know, I'm still living a fairly anecdoteless existence. Played a few games of TFT last night. Proud to say your boy is no longer Bronze 2. That would be a great time to make a joke that said, I got demoted, but no. I got promoted to Bronze 1 because I came 2nd and then 3rd in a game. If you would like to know my tips, I will be selling them in a private course, link in the bio. Have you ever wanted to know how to beat the TFT market? I'm a 19-year-old guy wearing his dad's suit. I'm here to teach you how to become a millionaire. It's just, come here, okay? I'm gonna give you the secret, okay? It's so easy. I'm not even gonna roll out the whiteboard and then draw like an upside down funnel on it to explain how this is not a scam. Hey, come here. It's so easy. Take Draven. All right. Maybe Draven? I don't know how any of this is pronounced. Just work with me here. Are you crazy? I just walked over here. I said it was an anecdoteless existence, but that's not technically true. You know I'm a fan of, like, arbitrary temporal milestones. And what do I mean by that? Well, like, here's one. You know, 4 years after you graduate from university, if you got a 4-year degree, you have been out of university longer than you were in it, even though... Why is this a noteworthy moment, even though it just seems like math? Well, for most people, the, you know, collegiate years of your life have an impact on you that's disproportionate to the amount of time, making it seem like either that time was longer than it actually was as a result of its impact, or alternatively shorter than it was because time flies when you're having fun. Wow. Wow. However, today is a very similar sort of milestone. My daughter turns 9 months old today, which means that, you know, plus or minus a couple of days, she is now, she's been out of the womb longer than she was in the womb, longer than my wife was pregnant, which is, it's funny the way time works, right? And I don't know if, you don't even have to have a, you know, pregnancy situation to relate to this. I think you can think of this with respect to other stuff in your life. Like, for me, I remember thinking, like, that someone being 25 years old, I was like, man, when you turn 25, you got your whole life figured out. By the way, I think we're gonna suffer here. Yeah, I think we're gonna die. Please. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. Are you kidding me? I'm alive. I'm not alive. Dude, okay, what the heck? I do have to say I know I literally just said I was optimistic about that run, but if we're being honest, it actually kind of sucked. We had a few item rooms that gave us either nothing or items that only have meme implications. So I'm mostly we were coasting on the fact that we had not fought a boss with a lot of HP there. But I remember thinking like, oh my god, like, you know, when you're 11 and you see a 25-year-old in media especially, you're like, that's like they have everything figured out in their life. It's crazy. And then, you know, I was 25 like 6 years ago, 7 years ago. You know, I barely even remember the year, though it was so significant in advance. Or, you know, when I wasn't living it. Or like, you know, sometimes you think about, you know, the school that I went to the same building from kindergarten to 8th grade, and I had 2 years of kindergarten. So literally I was in the same building for 10 years. It seemed like a fable that one day I would exit that building and go to the high school, right? But then, you know, when it happens, and now like that's so long in the past that it almost feels like instead of a dream in the future, it's like a dream in reverse. Like I only know that it happened logically. Like I barely have, I shouldn't say I barely have memories from high school, but like, you know what I mean? They're ethereal to some extent. And that's kind of what this is like too. Before we had the baby, when my wife was pregnant, it felt like the pregnancy lasted forever. Now that we have had the baby, it seems like the pregnancy was over in like 2 months. And then, I mean, I'm not going to say it seemed like we've been raising the baby for like a year. It seems like we've been raising the baby for about 9 months. But I'm still not totally sure that they gave us the full pregnancy. I feel, you know, you ever watch a movie and be like, wait, that's not the end. There must be a post-credits sequence. Obviously, we actually did. In fact, I think Kate was actually like past due, which is a weird way to describe like a human being. But I think she was overdue. That's the word. Past due is when you have like feta cheese in your refrigerator that's turned blue. Overdue is when, you know, you're supposed to bring something back to the library on like October the 17th, but it's October the 23rd, and you're like, no, I don't want to bring it back yet because I'm still going to read it, even though you're never going to read that. If you wanted to read it, you would have read it by now. You've had it for 7 months. Now this time, I would love to preserve that eternal heart. That's okay. That's okay. So yeah, that's it's a great milestone. It's a symbolic milestone. That's about it, as you can tell. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I don't know. Honestly, this is probably not fair, but I got so rattled. Oh, they're not even gonna let me take it. Oh no, they totally will. I got so rattled by our awful deal with the angel last time. Let's commit to this deal with the devil. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, weird stuff? Yeah, okay, fair enough. We definitely need more HP. I think it turns out that the Eternal Heart wouldn't have done that much for us anyway. Because I think we would have lost it in that transition past 9 lives, but Nun's Habit is one of those things that's like really like great for me to poop on in this situation. Not in all situations, just in this situation is really great for me to poop on. This is not... You can't look at like a random life loss from 9 lives and just be like you're toasted. This is one where our power level has risen, but our survivability will dip a little bit here. We absolutely do need to acknowledge as well that I'm realizing... okay, that not my finest move. I'm realizing now, Tainted Maggie... I thought Champions re-instanced, but I am incorrect here. Tainted Maggie actually has like doo-doo level damage. So to pick up a real damage upgrade would really hit the spot right now. But apart from that, it's okay. I mean, this is no less, or no more weak than, you know, any number of runs we had in advance of Repentance's release. Like, I'm willing to let, like, all 7 of these lives go, man. Well, except for the last one. That one I'm willing to let go. I would prefer not to. Like Bartleby the Scrivener, if possible. What did I get up to this weekend? Not that much, you know. I expected... I talked about this in the Snake RX video that went up yesterday, so if you're watching both, I apologize, but I always expect that, you know, when you're auditing, and I think this is a fallacy we make in life in general, it's not just a me thing, we always think that in the future we're gonna have more time. Like, in the present, we're strapped. We couldn't possibly fit it in. Oh, I'd love to, but I'm just so busy. But, you know, 72 hours from now, I'm gonna completely have my life sorted out, and I would love to. That's kind of how this weekend went down for me, you know? You know, Saturday morning, like 8 a.m., I started knocking those chores out. I was very productive, and then stuff just pops up, you know, family stuff, baby stuff, and before you know it, you're like, what the heck, it's, you know, 9:30 on Sunday night. I don't even have time to watch Tenet. So I know that many of you probably at this point begging for the location of my Tenet review. NL, you said you might watch Tenet. What are your thoughts on it? Well, okay, I will say, while flipping through the channels last night, you know, with the hour and a half that I had, rather than actively choose to entertain myself, I just chose to, hey, let's see what could entertain us in theory. And I did see that Tenet was on the movie channel. The main character was walking through some sort of garden. There's a beautiful, idyllic garden, with a lady who appeared to perhaps, just based on her demeanor, be a powerful member of some sort of council. And I said, whoa, spoilers. So if you are a tier 3 Patreon subscriber, I apologize. I know I said I'd have that Tenet review coming out. Toot sweet. It's just going to be a little bit longer. I haven't managed to find the time yet. I promise, do not cancel your pledges. It will get there. I will review Tenet. It's on my list. Why is it on my list? Well, first off, I must admit, I know he gets dunked upon. But I like... And somewhat fairly and somewhat unfairly, I would say. But either way, I like Christopher Nolan's movies, by and large. He's probably like one of the only directors I've seen this many movies of. Largely, yes, because a lot of them were in the Batman universe. Okay, you cannot fly, so please stop trying. And I know what you're gonna say. Yeah, I bet you've never seen his 2002 film Insomniac starring Al Pacino and Robin Williams. That's where you're wrong, buddy. In fact, now that I look back, I think that might have been the first Christopher Nolan movie I saw, rented from the video store, right after my parents got a DVD player for the first time, which basically, like, when your parents got a DVD player, if you're part of my generation, that kickstarted like a golden age of cinema. It was a weird time where, like, renting a movie was like $8. If you went to Blockbuster, you could, like, buy the DVD in a deal. Like, if you buy 7 DVDs, they'll give you, you know, 7 DVDs for $75 or something like that. And you're like, oh, I might as well buy this. Because, you know, I mean, what if we rent From Hell starring Heather Graham, and then we decide after watching it, oh no, I don't want to take it back to the video store. For $2 extra, I could have just owned this permanently so it could sit on my shelf, never ever being opened ever again. Okay, now this is the synergy that we're looking for here. Like, there's a few, for me, like, enduring feelings or experiences of being a child of the late 80s and probably the early 90s. One of them is having an enormous, like, 200 disc CD rack. So you could see what everyone's parents listen to, and they could see what you listen to. I don't even want to think about the collective human labor that has been wasted organizing CD racks alphabetically over time. Many of them, you may have one next to you right now. I'm not trying to insinuate they're completely extinct, but either way, that's one. Other enduring elements, someone in your family, or perhaps like your friend's dad, getting a Dolby Digital 5.1 surround sound setup in their den. Usually also contained like an old leather couch and a pool table where one of the cues was sawed off so that you could actually like hit the shot that was closest to the wall. And then you know you're watching one of two things. Either Gladiator or Saving Private Ryan. That's like the good movies to begin with, in my opinion at least. Not for me to poop on. But then also, you know, very much like the showpiece for, you know, a Dolby Digital 5.1 surround sound setup you picked up at Future Shop. You probably remember viscerally the first time you ever used that Gen 1 iPad click wheel. Sorry, iPod. So antiquated, now I got the name wrong. The Gen 1 iPod click wheel. Maybe it even encouraged you to buy an MP3 player yourself. And then you said, I'm not going to pay that for an MP3 player, you crazy? Ended up with like an iRiver or something like that. Hey, I'm not hating. I had a Creative Zen jukebox. And functionally, I would have to tell people, like, it's got, like, better sound quality than the iPod. And you'd be like, yeah, but it looks like, you know, your Yu-Gi-Oh deck is sticking out of your pocket there. If you'll excuse me, just opening these because I'm desperately seeking some damage upgrades. I mean, the damage is not bad anymore thanks to Bloody Lust, but that's about it. We would rather hold Alges here, no questions. Now, are we going to do Delirium or True Ending? I don't know. It's an interesting concept. I could use a little fuel myself. Hadn't thought about it. Anyway, I completely forgot how I even got onto this discussion. Oh yeah, I didn't have time to watch Tenet. Get off my case. I didn't really get up to too much, but it was nice nonetheless, relaxing. Like, I feel like I shouldn't even talk about it because it doesn't paint me in a bad light. If anything, it's like, it emphasizes that I have some self-awareness. I think, at least. But, of course, you know, why wouldn't I assume that about myself? I mean, we could buy the box of Friends, but I'm not convinced that it's worth the money. You know what? I could really use some HP. Although I don't love spending this kind of money on a Judgment indeterminately, let's give it a try. But we're having a heat wave in Vancouver, and this is not complaining. I want to be very clear. It's just observational. We're having a heat wave in Vancouver. All anybody wants to talk about is the heat wave. Makes sense. Literally in Abbotsford, which is just a little bit like southeast of Vancouver, they set the hottest temperature that Canada has ever recorded. Well, like, in a lab, I'm sure they've done more, but you know what I mean. Like, as a result of weather. It was a great pickup. Very happy I took this opportunity here. So it's genuinely hot. And I'm reading all these stories from people that are like, oh, you know, we tried to buy an AC unit, but AC is sold out everywhere. There's no fans left at the stores. Like, so just been like putting bathroom towels in the freezer and then like wrapping them around my whole body. Then like there was stories on the Vancouver subreddit about like, you know, my wife and I couldn't take it. We live in like an 8th floor southeast facing apartment condo, and like the ambient temperature inside got up to 41 degrees Celsius. So like we had to leave for a hotel in Vancouver just to escape the heat. And then the air conditioner at the hotel broke, and there were like all the hotel rooms in the city are sold out, and it's just it's crazy, right? That's all anybody wants to talk about, which is again very understandable. And yet I also gotta say, we're holding up pretty nicely. And I think the idiot take there would be like that I'm built different. The reality is, you know, we did go through last summer with our air conditioning literally, like, not working at all. I wonder if algae would protect us here. I don't think it's worth it, just because our HP is so, like, transitory anyway. But, yeah, I think we'll save it for, like, the bosses. But, it's, you know, it wasn't a historic heat wave, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited that one of the, low-key, one of the best rooms I've ever done in my entire life there. And that's all I wanted to talk about last year, was that it's too freaking hot out and our air conditioner is broken, right? They went through all the trouble, diagnosed the air conditioner problems last year, and now it has held up well this year. So I'm thankful for it. I just feel like you know, I have, like, stolen valor, because I'm, like, living through this heat wave, but actually, like, I'm not gonna say it's nice, because when you go outside, it does feel like you're being air fried, but I'm like, you know, it's not that bad. I'm just feeling grateful, I guess. It's a hard emotion for me to express, because, you know, normally I try to tailor all these bits in such a way that, like, oh, a slight, you won't believe the slight that happened to me and only me at the grocery store. Oh my god. But no, I'm just, you know, I'm thankful for it. And again, like, I think I talked about it in the last Isaac episode, or maybe last Snake RX video, but, you know, if you're living in the Pacific Northwest right here, like, you have my support and understanding. It sucks right now. Kind of comfortable in here, I'll admit, but the punchline is going to take a bit to germinate there, but we'll work on it together, okay? But yeah, that's about it. Basically, I screwed up my devil deal there, that's my bad. Basically, it's hot. A planetarium? Terra, born to rock. Okay. We break rocks. This seems actually pretty good. We shoot rocks. We don't break rocks. I still don't really know what this item does. Oh, it makes... Okay, chat told me this is bad. Let's go. I will take Tech 2 for sure. But I don't remember what it does. Oh, it creates, like, another character that has a HP bar. So, okay, so it scrambles your brain. Like, if we're being honest with one another, this is what this does. It takes your brain, and it puts it inside of an immersion blender, like you're making potato leek soup. Well, I apologize, because I think the sound on this run is ruined forever. So the question becomes, what the heck are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? We have a run that's now functional, without a doubt, and we have an Algiz rune. I think that when I look at this run, logically speaking, I think that this run screams true ending attempt to me, rather than Delirium. And it's for a number of reasons. One of them is that we have to beat Hush to guarantee Delirium, and I'm not super convinced that's going to be easy for us as Tainted Maggie, knowing, like, we're going to bleed so much HP. Yeah, take me down to that next floor. And I'm not confident that even if we beat Delirium, or Hush, sorry, we'll be able to beat Delirium after that. It's certainly possible. Why? Okay, I don't know what's happening here, but that's fine. I think it's possible, but we also don't have, like, the kind of money where if you go down to the Hush floor, we'd really be expecting great things. I don't know how to shoot. Is that my problem? Okay, we can hold this full card. Like, I'm trying to... I don't really understand what's going on with my friend finder. And And that's okay. Like, I can live with that. I can deal with a degree of uncertainty in my life here. We must, well, we can take, I should say, is more better way to describe that. Reroll all this junk. Pretty okay, I suppose. Yeah, I don't really, all these, and this is not really like a complaint, so to speak. But like the fool, not the fool card, the what am I trying to say here? Chat, come on, you know what I'm trying to say. He did the voice of the Roadrunner with Mel Blanc, meep. All the soul items, you know, like the souls that create versions of characters that follow you around. I'm not gonna say it's a half-baked mechanic, but it's one of those things where I'm like, it's so unreasonable to expect you to ever consciously derive a benefit from those, I think. At least from the perspective of, like, you know, farming something or exploiting them. Instead, I just look at them, and maybe this is fine. It's not that big of a deal either way. But instead, I just kind of look at them as like, okay, I'm going to spawn, like, as many familiars as possible. And if you would like to do extra damage to the enemies, then so be it. But I don't really have control over that, so I'm gonna choose not to concern myself so much. Now, how's this run looking? We are possibly going to make boss rush. It's worth looking, I think. Okay, we did get a deal with the devil as well, but it's not going to stay open. It doesn't really matter what we take here. I think you definitely want the free boss rush item instead of possibly paying for a deal with the devil. These are all good. I'm going to blow your mind, man, because Ipecac is like a gimme, for sure. It's really good. But I think Mysterious Liquid is actually going to slap for us. We got a lot of time we can spend on this floor. We know we got algaes remaining. I'm a big fan of Mysterious Liquid. And our fire rate, thanks to, like, Bloody Gust, is insanely good. I thought Ipecac... I wouldn't say it's too dangerous. I feel like people always overstate the difficulty of using Ipecac. I mean, I've died with it, obviously. As has everybody who's ever played this game. But this is... I think this is a little bit more amenable. For me personally. So we know we have a rune somewhere. There was an algaes rune on this floor. My algaes rune, excuse me. I don't know where it went. Have you seen this rune? Have you seen this rune? We gotta go to our item room. I mean, I paid for more options. I don't remember what the other one does, so I will take Akeldama, which I think is pretty good. And then just recall, you know, things might get a little touchy here. I would love a spacebar item. Obviously that didn't work out, but the Magician, question mark? Don't even remember what... Oh, you give me something for a full room, I think. I don't remember what it is, though. And then 2 keys down here. Okay, you will be exploded upon. Wait, no, just exploded. Somehow, exploded is bad, but exploded upon is more menacing in its own way. Okay, if you're not a coward, this room's fine. I know we have more HP there. We could try to make it work. But that was well worth it for me. And then, I don't know, these, like, rainbow poops, are they also going to become minions for me if things go right? Or the full health for me if things go right? I think they might. Okay, wait, did I deposit the negative? I don't believe so. So please return me to the spawn room. Thank you. We still have a floor of item rooms and shops. There is, well, we have, wait, no, this is Dad's room. There is an item room. There is a shop, but we don't fight a boss. So the Emperor card is really, like, basically a glorified teleport for us, I think. Now, how do I feel about this run? Well, knowing I lost the algaes rune is a bit of a slap in the face. Like that, I held it for so long in the hopes of making something happen there. I'm also like, it's just chaos. Like when I get this familiar, I have no idea what they do, and all of a sudden I become like, I have marked, but only for the familiar. I think if we play our cards right here, we can get this red chest out. But I think the other thing is, we should be okay. Maybe not for the whole run, it's kind of hard to tell. But we should be okay to get to home. You never know what you're gonna find on the way. You know, Yumheart will keep us alive. We're actually doing damage at a distance, which is something that you don't always get with Tainted Maggie. So I gotta respect it. Should have probably used it once. I don't know though. I kind of think this item is garbage tier. Or at least annoying. Fair. I think Yumheart plus Bloody Lust plus Bloody Gust has the power on this run. I think it has the power to create something that could win. May not, by the way, but could. This room is bad. Owned. I'm like, I don't even remember what I'm supposed to do here. Oh, I know what I'm supposed to do. Yeah. Owns. You have been defeated in the marketplace of ideas. I'm leaving because I don't need that. Man, it feels... You guys ever defeat someone in the marketplace of ideas? Me neither. Well, that's not true. I've defeated myself in the marketplace of ideas quite a lot. Either by arguing with myself or by creating a straw man and then defeating that straw man and acting as if I had actually done something intellectually impressive. We gotta take the middle on this one. That can we clip this? I am gonna posit that may have actually been the most depressing item room of all time. With 3 choices, you wouldn't expect it to be too likely to get 3 items that all have like an inconsequential or negative impact on your game. But wouldn't you know it, that's exactly how that went down. Maybe Butterbean was wait what? But even then, it's like a, you know, I award you 0 points, may God have mercy on your soul sort of situation. Alright, we're ready. I spent it! It's gone!
Just get over it.
I love, dude, just get over it, forehead. I spend your life savings, get over it, forehead. We haven't gone this way in a while. I forgot about how I'm going to deal with the awkwardness of the conversations as we go here. So it's about that kind of time for a gut check. Well, great damage there. How do I feel about our opportunities, about our efficacy, about our odds of winning the run here? I don't feel too badly. Okay, the Dogma fight I think is gonna suck pretty bad, but we do have High Priestess, which we'll use for phase 1, just because it's a stationary target. Well, assuming it hits the right stationary target. I don't know. Now I'm actually like, maybe the Lover's card is more valuable, because we're gonna generate so much damage off of Bloody Lust, Bloody Gust, and it keeps us alive, which is something that you can't say about High Priestess. I don't know, the long and the short of it is I don't know the answer about how well we're going to do here or how poorly we're going to do. But that in and of itself is something, because it means we got a chance. You know, it means that I definitely am not so pessimistic about this run that I'm like just waiting for it to be over. But I also do think there is a realistic chance of demise. But I'll start to be a little bit more optimistic, and I am trying to build Friend Finder down here. Look, have no idea whether or not it's going to be a game changer for us, but on the flip side, it is generating a lot of minions, and these minions, maybe I can't tell what the heck's going on, but if they're fighting a single stationary boss, they might do okay. That's kind of the dream, I suppose. So everything's kind of okay right here. I think if we make it past Dogma, we can start to think, because we're going to be going up against enemies that spawn some little baby minions. The minions are going to give us HP. We're going to... What is this awful sound of two teeth grinding together? Yo, he's generating some spirit fires. Look at that. Maybe there's a chance here. I don't know. I mean, I feel bad because I've said before, like on some recent runs, we got no chance of winning, and then I win, and I go, oh, whoops, sorry. Looks like we totally had a chance of winning. My mistake. Very lucky. You gotta play 3,000 hours of Isaac to make a dodge like that. It's called Gun Kata. Oh, thank you. Okay. I'm just watching the HP closely because, like, Yumhart's very important for me in this capacity. This is our final floor, so things they're getting pretty serious. We should probably take a second here, see if we get anything useful. I kind of do want to play this Rotten Baby, but I know that we'll lose HP while playing the Rotten Baby as well, so there's some danger there. Big ups to Little Horn, which has actually killed some of these enemies. But before I could even make our normal joke, I'm not scared of anything but that man scares me. Yeah, Lil Clot, whatever. Temporary tattoo. Doesn't this give us a potential mom item? Maybe not. It's not like Lil Clot was exactly slapping it. Where am I? Oh, I'm not the... I'm not that thing. Okay, please. Definitely Blood of the Martyr. I don't know about Firemind, but I kind of feel like we should. And if it goes wrong, it goes wrong. You know, it wouldn't be the first time. So we have a flowchart here, you know? You're always gonna use Yumhard first if you have the opportunity. We may still take Mom's Box over this. I don't know. Apparently it's given us +1 luck, but I'm willing to give it a try. We're always gonna use Yumhard first if we have the chance. I just hate that attack, man. That's very good. This is going super well. Am I crazy? This feels like it's going super well. By the way, we may not get a chance to use Yumhard. We may have to default to the Lover's card here. Pog. Pog. Oh, wait, I totally forgot. This is genuine. I swear to you this was not, like, finesse. I totally forgot we have 9 lives. So if we actually just beat this boss, our odds of making it to the next section go up, like... Or of making it through the next section, I should say, go up by, like, up 10,000%. So I literally just, you know, popped the Lover's card, and I'm like, I'm ready to let it fly, man. Would like to freeze you in place, do some real damage. Yeah, this is kind of what I was getting at. It's going pretty well. I like it. Lil Horn is like it's the star of the show, man. And you, my friend, you would be the belle of the ball. I do think it's still going to be a little stinky. We did get our HP back, but I think it's going to be a little stinky here because we're going to decay so much. Like, we're going to lose so much HP just to natural decline. But I don't know, if we can kill the enemies, like, roughly at the speed that we lose to HP, then Yumheart will slow that rate of decay quite prodigiously. Okay, there goes Holy Mantle. That's fine. Just watching the health bar closely. What a weird run, by the way. Because it's like the run is... forgive me here, because it's going to sound like disingenuous, but the run is not that impressive. But the amount of status effects we have just is so good defensively at making sure like enemies can't do anything. It's doing some stuff offensively. It's not like it's completely inert, but I mean, you're seeing how long it's taken me to get through this guy right here. I would love to get some of those hearts, but it's not always in the cards for us. That is in the cards for us, though. What a dodge as well. I think he's dead. That could not have gone better, I suppose. I don't know what you do, but let's take you. Mystery Medicine? No idea. No clue. We got Yumheart ready to go. Not quite yet, but soon. Okay, yes, quite yet. So I think all we have to do... I don't even know if we have to make it through death. You say drain? A fellow Bloody fan? I'd like your HP, please. No, that's fine. When I said I want your HP, I was just joking, kind of. If I make it through you, I think we win. And that'll be like a load off my shoulders, because... I mean, like, scary? Scary? I see the hearts, by the way. I'm just... You gotta pick your moment. It's not like I think that Tainted Maggie is... Help. So insanely difficult or whatever. But the bosses do get a little touchy. Like, any boss that has a decent amount of HP can be kind of annoying. So I think at this point, we more or less can't lose. And I know that sounds like comedic timing waiting to happen, but I genuinely believe it. That being said, it would be nice to, like, try not to get hit. We also, again, and this is a very me complaint, we basically didn't interface with Tainted Maggie's unique mechanics at all. It's not an indictment of Tainted Maggie as a character. I quite enjoy playing as Tainted Maggie and trying to play the right way. But when you're going up against these bosses, like 2 HP maximum reliably is not enough. So I think for some of these bosses, that's fine. You kind of got to build yourself in a way that, like, you know, you can play it as if you're just a normal character. No offense, Tainted Maggie, by the way. No offense. Please? Please? And oh my god. We still have Tainted Maggie, don't get so close, but you did win. We still have Tainted Maggie Delirium, which maybe is what we're going to do next. But for now, Belly, Jelly, G-Li, B-Li, Pete Rat, Gumai, Kandai has been unlocked. For now, thanks for watching. It's a very satisfying win. And I'll see you next time. Twitch.tv/NorthernLion. I'm live every weekday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Follow me there for more content as well. But for now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya.